This is the Injora crawler off of Amazon. 2 speeds on this thing. We're going to power with a 16-turn Crawlmaster Sport, a Hobbywing 1080 ESC, and a HKHobbies 35 kg servo. We're going to power this thing up and take it for a drive in this video right here. Let's get started. As I'm setting up, test fitting things, making sure everything's going to be fine, I've already got a problem. That doesn't fit. The hole in the planetary input, just a little bit too small. Yeah, doesn't quite fit. Honestly, I think I'm going to make it fit. Just take a file, open that up, and make this fit because I really want to try this motor in here. The motor bearing housing comes out to about 13.11 millimeters, and the input bore is literally like 13.0201. So 0.1 millimeter. I'm going to make this work. Yes, this is a body reamer. Let's see if that actually worked any. It actually did. Just a little bit though. And with that, check this out. It's actually a nice tight fit. Ha! I'm going to get to use it. To get the pinion gear to be right, or the input gear, you got to have it set all the way down like that. And we have another problem. The motor output shaft is a little bit too long as well. I cannot get all of this to line up like it's supposed to. So I'm going to trim about maybe 1.5 to 2 millimeters off the end of the motor shaft. There we go. And this is now ready to go. Bolted in, secured. Let's do it. Now the gears on this are not, there are no bearings on it. So with there not being any bearings, they're just physically riding on these shafts, these pins. So it's not a good idea, in my opinion, to put anything fast on here. That's not going to be a good thing. And I'm using the best I know of, which is the Utter Butter. That is what's going on. Now, I'm probably going to go a little bit overboard on this with the Utter Butter. And by going too far with it, we're also going to add probably some driveline resistance to this. But I'm willing to do that just to try to hopefully keep these gears oiled, greased, especially where they're on the access points on the pins. That's real important. Let's listen to what this thing's going to sound like here. 3S battery by Helios. Wow, that's quiet. Wow, that's a lot better than what I was expecting. Get this into another gear here. Wow, I'm blown away. This is way quieter than what I expected. Wow. Wow. As awesome as that was, now we've got this right here that we can put in. The HKHobbies 35 kg. Oh, you better fit. Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to fit, but I'm going to have to bend those tabs down. It's that tight right here. With the servo in place, I got a little bit of an issue here. At this point, the wheels are straight, or the axles are straight forward, and we have this. I might look through my bin and see if I can find a longer drag link. With everything set in place, it's time to give this a drive, and I did give it a little bit of a drive inside. It seems like even in low gear, it's a little bit fast for what I'm after. However, it runs super quiet. Now, I do have the hard body to build for this, so I'm not worried about my layout and wires that hang all over the place and all that. I'm not out to roll it, but I do want to give it a drive and just see how it's going to handle. I know with everything like that, even with the battery on the back, it still has a good front bias to it. When I get this thing all said and done, I'll more than likely have my electronics up here off to the side or something like that, and either a small or a real low profile battery on the back. But as it sits, it's actually ready to go take it for a drive. Let's do this. I want to see how fast it is. It's not too fast. The 16 turn has slowed it down. Now the 900 CST that are in the shocks, pretty much just not doing much at all. These need much thicker oil because the pistons are really wide open in there. However, the suspension's moving pretty good, and that might be just fine for the intended goal, which will be like a hard body class 1 once I get the Jeep body built for it. So that might actually be perfectly fine. Now this is second gear. Yeah, that moves out pretty good there. Let's get this thing going. Okay. I'm thinking more definitely a trail style vehicle. Not a competition crawler, but we're about to go try to competition crawl it. Now this is not meant, oh, I can feel the gears being fast, especially in the rocks like this. I can feel it. Plus running brush, I'm used to all that fancy FOC stuff. So, get that over there. Yeah, it's definitely got some fast gears, and there's no way to gear this down. At least not that I know of. But I'm thinking definitely that this will be a class 1 trail style vehicle. Things like USTE or just out messing around with nothing major. I think that's what's going to be my #1 usage for this. So these big 475 landmines are not going to be on here very long. And these are actually on some, I believe, some discontinued Reese Fury wheels. So yeah. And got the wheel caster is a little bit too far forward for my liking. They're not even really straight up. They're kind of like forward. So I'm not a fan of that. I mean, as far as the overall drive goes, it seems to be doing fine, but you can just tell that gearing is not where it needs to be for when you're really getting down low with it. Oh, I knew that wasn't going to work. It somehow did. Never mind. Without a body on it, it's certainly going to have a good center of gravity to it, in which I believe it does. And it's also really forward biased. So we'll have to see how this works out, but that worked out pretty good. Let's see here. The springs are somehow compressing. They're kind of stiff on this thing, but it looks like it's actually doing fine. I'm not gonna, okay, I will. I'll try that. Now, with the transfer case, you can swap that around and get overdrive to it, but honestly, I don't want any more speed out of this. I'm thinking a nice, clean, efficient class 1 for the trail is where it's going to be. Now, I might do some work and, just to try it, just to see, because I think it's kind of awesome the way it's set up. But ultimately, I think I'm going to just stay with the gearing like what it is right now. I wish the overdrive or underdrive would actually underdrive the back instead of overdriving it, but the way this is set up, it will absolutely overdrive the front of this thing for sure. And we're going to back up so if I can get a better position. Doesn't seem like it's going to want to, but there we go. Let's do a little bit more crawling right here. And you just feel that the gearing is too fast for this kind of stuff. Well, be gentle. I don't want to roll it. Too much stuff is exposed up top. There we go. Steering was pretty good right there. It's like where you generally go and you expect it to kind of control and drive. Just the gearing allows it to just really go fast once you break past the point of resistance. This will be the last climb right here, and it's just because I just want to try this right here just to see. Not looking so, oh, okay. They might be taking a hold. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, definitely a class 1 truck for sure. Oh, so you got to be real careful with this particular spot because this back left tire gets into there, and when it does not climb. There you go, nice. Make it right up through here. Now granted, no body weight or anything like that. All right, lizard. All right, gentle. I'm not into abusing this particular truck yet. It's not like the clone. Look at that lizard just hanging out. He must be getting used to it. All right, let me give it a little bit of a bump. Nice. Yeah, there we go. And you know what? We're going to cut it right here because if I was to bring this down, it might flip over. And I just really don't want to get into all of that. So, you know what? Been a good drive. Still got some work to do. And let's get this thing back inside. Well, there you go. First drive is done. It's fast. I was hoping when I was looking at the transmission and all that stuff, the unboxing type video, I was hoping there was more of a difference in gear ratio, but really it's fast, and you can't gear it down. So you go with a slower motor or something like that, it's not the same as gearing it down. About the only way would be like a full-size 540 revolver, something that really has that stepper motor drive and just massive raw torque with some FOC. That would probably make this thing control better, but I have no intentions of going that far with this. Just a trail truck, just something nice to look at, something display, and something to mess around with at events like USTE. That's the whole goal for this truck. Nothing major. I might try the overdrive in the transfer case. I will like that. As far as otherwise goes, I mean, it felt stable. Seemed like it was getting the job done. All that wonderful stuff. So, I got to find I guess I got to find Injora bumpers and all that stuff, which I guess I'm going to Injora this thing out, right? It is Injora. Yeah. Check that description. I'll link up this down below. The chassis, the body, which is the, like the Jeep body that's going on this thing. So, should be pretty nice. Those links are affiliate links. AMAN, eBay, Amazon, Horizon. It helps out the channel when you guys use them, so it means a lot. Yeah. Check that description. Use those links. Hit that subscribe and ring that bell. I hope you guys have an absolute fabulous day. Catch you later. If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see. Also for channel memberships, if you guys want to be a part. Channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So, guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.